Hi there traders, welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris and this video is all about the euro dollar and pound dollar analysis. We have interesting price action going on. Let's take a look. Alright, first we start with the euro dollar 1 hour chart. Basically, we saw clear five waves up on the euro dollar, which I think is probably a wave A. Price then made that ABC pattern as we discussed within the wave B. Most likely price neatly stopped at the 38 and the 50 fibs, and we did see that three wave down, and then we saw a upside. So it more or less behaved as we expected, as we indicated in the previous videos. However, the question is whether this has indeed completed wave C, because I think that within this push up we see more like three waves than a five wave pattern. So I'm leaning towards the fact that this could be an expanded wave B, for instance. This could be one part of the wave B, this could be another part of the wave B, maybe one more part of the wave B, and up it goes for the bigger wave C. So I think that the wave C is still open and could still expand higher. So I think that the euro dollar is slightly still bullish. It would maybe change a little bit if price were to break below some key support trend lines. You know, you could draw a trend line like this, for instance. We could draw trend line like that. We have some fractals here around 116.75 and the moving average. So, you know, a break of that, there could be some bearish pressure to the downside, but that does not mean that price is necessarily in a downtrend. It could just make an ABC correction like this, hit maybe 116 and then still bounce to the upside. So I think that if it does break below 116.75, the most likely target is 116, and then it really depends on how price responds to that support. If it bounces, I think it's actually moving up for a wave C. If there's a lot of pressure, a lot of momentum, and price falls below that, and then starts to make a bear flag, well, then it could be actually in a downtrend again. All right, but that's the alternative. I don't think that is most likely. I think that one more push like this towards these fibs and then the bounce is the most likely. Alternatively, if price breaks to the upside right away, because price, you see green fractals here, so basically it's already above the long-term moving average, and if we get a break above 117.20ish, I think that there could be a potential for more upside. Of course, some traders might be warning or indicating about a potential head and shoulders pattern, and I realize that that is a possibility. So that's why I'm warning to be careful of 117.25, because it's possible that price could stop there and then still make that fall to lower levels. All right, but if it breaks above that zone, I think that head and shoulders is invalidated, and price could make it up to the -272 target at 117.80, maybe even up to 118.50, which is the -61.8 target, and finish that basically the C leg of that ABC pattern. All right. Looking at the 4-hour chart, I think that overall this upside is still a correction within the downtrend, strong momentum, and if we look at the daily chart, I think that that becomes pretty clear. Very strong momentum. So even though price might expand up to these Fibonacci targets, I think that that is only a resistance or pullback within the bigger downtrend. And if we put a fib, for instance, on this swing, like this, we can see that price stopped at the 23.6 fib, and the 38.2 fib is at the same level as the -61.8 target at 118.50. So if price does make that ABC correction there, I would expect to turn back down and one more lower low within a wave 5. This is probably then a wave 3, and this is probably a wave 4. All right, so that is what could happen, I think, if price moves up, and then I expect price to stop at these targets and move back down again. Otherwise, with regard to the euro dollar, I don't see anything else to mention. We could always, of course, add sequence levels, our Wiz tool, to the bottom to see where are the targets. And you can see there's a fifth Wiz level about the same spot as the 38.2 fib there. So there's confluence. Price also neatly stopped at the fourth level, as you can see. So if it breaks above this fourth level, there's a space up to the fifth level on the Wiz tool as well, which would kind of support our analysis of upside towards that 38.2 fib. We can put a whiz level also at the top here and see what kind of targets we have to the downside once we resume that downtrend. And the main target would be about 114.25, 114.50, which is the fifth whiz level. But it's also actually a 50 fib off of the weekly chart. Let's do that right now. And if we put a fib from this bottom to this top, all right, then you see a 50 fib around 114.40-ish. Let's see, maybe we don't see it right now. Let me do like this. There you go. All right, so that could be, together with that fifth whiz level, that could be a bigger bouncing spot, because then in that case, price probably completed the wave A, expect a 3-wave up, and then another 5-wave down for wave C, and we could get a bigger ABC like this. All right, now the pound dollar could be in a wave 4 as well, but same like the euro dollar, the wave 4 could extend and expand higher. Basically, we are seeing very strong momentum here. I think price probably finished the wave 3 here. There was an internal wave 5 of that wave 3 here, and we had probably a wave 3 of 3 here, like this. So I think we're seeing a bigger correction, and this correction could expand all the way to the 144 EMA right around here. And that is also, of course, a spot where there's plenty of resistance. Broken bottoms and broken tops are easily found in this zone around 135, plus it's a round level. So this could be a lower, higher low for that push up towards that target zone, and then I expect price to turn there. I think bearish candlestick patterns in this zone would confirm the bounce, and I expect one more push lower as a part of wave 5. So at this moment, it's building a channel. And if it breaks this channel, of course, then that could also be the end of the wave 4, and the wave 5 could start immediately. So that's a pretty important channel. Let me correct this trend line a little bit like this. So if it does push through like this, I think there's a good chance of a continuation. I wouldn't be surprised after the break if price makes an ABC correction like this, and that we see a head and shoulders pattern emerge, and that price falls for that fifth wave. All right, that's if we get the break, but we're not sure if we get the break. We might get a bounce. Price is right at the bottom of this trend channel, and we could also easily get a bullish bounce. So from my point of view, if I put a fib from here to here, key level is probably the 38 and 50 fib, right? Because if it breaks above that, then this is not looking like a 5-wave pattern anymore, but more like a ABC pattern. So a break above this zone, I think, makes a upside towards 134.50, 135 more likely. All right. If it stops anywhere in this zone around the 38.50 fib, a head and shoulders pattern is likely, and we could see downside, 3-wave up, and then more downside for the wave 5. So that's my my view for the moment. Of course, we can add whiz level to the chart, and we can see that the fourth whiz level is a little bit just below the target zone that I have in mind around the long-term moving average in 135, 134.50, but it's a rough confluence, 134.40 with the other elements. So that's where I would expect that downtrend to continue. All right, that's it for now. Please check out elitecurrency.com for more free analysis, more free material via our ECS start package. And of course, check out our services as well. We have SWAT, ChemACD, and Live. So feel free to take a look, and wish you all good trading above all. Cheers.